Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a little bit. I kind of went MIA for a little over a month, and that is because, surprise, surprise, I am pregnant. We found out early February and we are due in October. So we are super excited, and I had no intention on, pausing YouTube for the past month, but the first trimester hit me, and it hit me hard. And you can probably even tell in my last couple videos, especially that organizing video I did, I was just not feeling well, not feeling myself at all. So I'm a little over 14 weeks at the moment, meaning I am done with the first trimester, and I am still feeling sick, which really stinks. I'm wearing these little sickness bands, if you were wondering what those were. But it has just been rough, guys. And I'm sure you have just a ton of questions about what has been going on, doctor's appointments, timelines, all of that, and don't worry, it is all coming. So the next video you will see is me finding out that I am pregnant. I just rewatched the video yesterday and bawled my eyes out. And then the next video will be me telling my husband Will, which I'm just so happy. We caught all of that on camera. Even if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I think I would try and capture that because it's just such a special moment. Literally getting teary-eyed right now. Anyway, we're gonna suck it up. We're gonna keep going. And then I also have a video filmed about my 2-week wait symptoms because we were trying. I logged all of my symptoms from my ovulation to that positive pregnancy test. And curveball, I did not think I was pregnant at all, just based on my symptoms compared to other months and those symptoms. So stay tuned for that video. And then I also have a first trimester update. I filmed updates along the way when I could, and it just kind of gets you guys up to date to right now so we can start back with our normal videos. So get ready for tons of fun stuff coming up. I'm super excited with all the pregnancy and the baby content that I have planned, gender reveal, all of that stuff. So I think that's all the pregnancy stuff we're gonna talk about in this video, minus we'll do a little bum shot because I know you guys will not be happy if you don't see that, because that's just how I am too. So I'm wearing a dress, so hopefully you guys can see. Not much is really happening. Ooh, very loose dress. Not much is really happening. There's a little bit of a bump, and by the end of the day, here, maybe this will work better. There you go. There is a little bump there. And as I eat more and more throughout the day, I get more and more bloated, and it looks more like the shape of a baby bump, if that makes sense. But there are definitely more detailed bump shots and all of that coming up in that first trimester update video. So stay tuned for that if you like stuff like that. Today, I kind of just wanted to show you guys the garden because the last time I showed you, we were planting the seeds for the garden. So it's been a while. Like, there's things I need to start harvesting. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a super quick tour of that, and I am super excited about the flower garden. I'll show you guys my ideas for that. And then if it's not too hot and I'm feeling okay still, please, please, please be a good day. Don't want any nausea, no sickness, please. Too much to do. But if I do still feel okay, I might put together a little butterfly enclosure. If you guys remember last year in the spring, we raised monarch butterflies, and it was just like, just such a fun experience. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll link it up above. I still love our monarchs. They are literally flying around our backyard right now because they know us now. So I might do that today. I really do want to get that going. So, oh, one literally just flew by me right now. So let's get up. I'm going to show you guys the garden, and hopefully the lighting is okay. You know, I'm on like my body's time. I'm on the baby's time, really. So when I feel good is when this stuff is happening. I'm not really going with lighting these days. It's just not gonna be feasible. Let's go. All right, so not gonna lie, this inside area is the roughest, but we did buy some berry bushes and we are getting a ton of blueberries popping up here. You guys can see that. Another blueberry bush. Oh, hi Bonnie. Did you miss vlogging too? I know they missed you. Probably way more than me. And then we do have a strawberry bush where we've gotten like 5 or 6 from already. I know, you want to go out here. You're not coming with me though. And then out here things are looking pretty good. And I do have to say that while I have been working out here, there would not be a garden if it wasn't for Will, because he has been out here watering when I don't feel good, just helping me with maintenance and everything. So shout out to Will. Thank you, because there would not be a garden, that is for sure, and definitely one that is not this happy this early in spring, because we technically only planted these like 5 weeks ago, I want to say 5 weeks, yeah, so maybe 6, I don't know, I clearly don't know, my timeline is so off. I've just been hanging out in bed not feeling well. So but we have a serrano pepper, and I'm gonna harvest this guy today, our first one. A jalapeno with a ton of little buds, meaning jalapenos. And then we have one big guy over here, harvesting him today too. Our bell pepper, you know, he's going slow, he's going at his own rate. Same with our poblano, but I'm super excited about our poblano because I love using these in like all of my cooking. Our onions, I don't know why, I always have trouble with onions. You can see one here and a couple over here, but I planted a ton, so they just don't like me. And then we have our tomatoes, and we have maybe 3 types of varieties. And I know that it looks crazy that I have these stakes that are literally my height, but last fall, sorry, pregnancy brain guys, pregnancy brain, they grew probably about to here, and they are climbing, So we have our cherry tomatoes, and then kind of just your normal average tomato here, and same back here, and then more cherry tomatoes. You can see a couple peek in here. And if they look a little, you know, bald or small, I'm doing that on purpose. I mentioned that in one of my gardening videos before, that I trim off the lower branches. That way, you know, the plant is not focusing on making leaves, it's focusing on making the fruit. And so my leaves aren't touching the ground, because in Florida, it is literally always wet in the spring and the summer. So if the leaves touch the ground, mold, disease, you know, just not fun stuff. Then we have some more little baby tomatoes that are taking their time. These were definitely planted later. Another poblano, and then a banana pepper, which we are starting to get our first little ones right there. Is that focusing? Yeah, our first little guys. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so over here is the butterfly garden, and this is probably what I am most excited about this time around. So if you guys remember last year, this was filled with tons of butterfly plants. That was my birthday present last year, and I trimmed the ones that were annuals down, and they have started to come up really nicely here. And then if you see all these little guys, those are actually small cut flowers, meaning they'll make great bouquets, or flowers specifically that attract butterflies. Oh, sorry, my hair is blowing. It's a little breezy out. So this garden is kind of an experiment, because normally I would individually plant the seeds where I want them to grow, obviously. But this time I just got a packet of cut flowers, a packet of butterfly flowers, and sprinkled them over the surface. So hopefully they keep on growing and we have some beautiful flowers for bouquets inside, and tons of butterflies around here. The only thing I'm worried about is our squirrels. I don't know why, but they have started to dig in all of our garden beds and in our yard, and we've never ever had that problem before. And we've had so many squirrels because we have all these big trees, and they steal seeds out of our bird feeder, but they've never really touched our garden until this year. So especially in this area, you don't see as many of those little green seedlings because this is where our squirrels like to dig and I guess bury their seeds. I don't know what else they would be doing. I mean, they're nuts, not their seeds. And then when you come around here, they don't really touch this area too much. As you can see, a ton are popping up. In this garden, I am loving these snap peas. Look at how tall they have gotten already. They haven't started to bloom yet, but I just fertilized them, so I'm hoping to get those pretty little purple flowers that I got last season, and hopefully lots of snap peas to eat. And then we have some radishes here, which I'm actually going to harvest today, because if you see, when it starts to pop up over the soil, that means they're ready. And you can technically leave them a little longer, but then they get like super spicy and peppery. And then over here we have a row of little carrots. They definitely need some more time to get bigger. And then all this empty space has not been filled yet. I'm gonna put another row of radishes, row of carrots, 2 weeks later, row of radishes, row of carrots, just so we have like a rotating garden bed of those things that we don't necessarily need all the time. We don't need an abundance of radishes, just every so often. All right, this garden bed in particular would not have anything in it if it wasn't for Will, because he did this whole thing himself. I just petered out at this point of gardening. So we have beans along the back here, and we originally were gonna put green beans here, but he accidentally put black beans, which are bush beans, so they don't really need the trellis, but that's okay. They're still growing really well. We have some lettuce over there, a random bean, and he didn't plant that one. That one just like appeared and we didn't have the heart to rip it out. Some little baby broccolis. I don't know how well they'll do. Oh, there's my shadow. Not sure how well they'll do just because of the heat. They didn't do too well last spring. They did really well in the fall, if you guys remember. Oh my gosh, best broccoli I've ever had is from our garden. Another random bean that popped up just now. And then we have our little cucumbers. They're growing a lot slower than last spring, but they do have a couple little flowers. So I'm hoping they're gonna start to pop up and they will attach to this trellis and grow upward. Oh, I love the cucumbers that we got last year. So that's what everything is looking like at the moment. Definitely a lot of work to be done, but I am excited with where we're starting off. So now I think I'm going to set up our little butterfly tent or enclosure or whatever you guys want to call it. If you weren't around last year, it's actually just a crib tent that I bought off Amazon, and we put our milkweed into the crib tent and we watch all of our little guys grow and transform into a butterfly. And every morning when they're starting to emerge, every morning around like 10 or 11, I'll come check to see if any have emerged, and while their wings are still wet, they'll crawl on my finger, bring them out here to the garden, and then they're in the wild. So we don't keep them as butterflies, we just like to watch the process and make sure that they don't get eaten as caterpillars, because in Florida that is just what happens. Like 99% of the time we have wasps and a ton of those little lizards that just eat them up so fast. So I'll show you our milkweed at the moment. So I just have them lined up here outside, and you can see we have had some caterpillars because that guy is just sticks, and so is that one, and then those are getting eaten away This is what they look like when I buy them fresh from the store. I bought 3 of these yesterday, so they are brand spanking new. I just put this guy out here, so hopefully, let's actually look right now. Let's see if we have little baby eggs. Oh my gosh, yes, right away I see one. So that guy was just laid this morning because there were no eggs on this yesterday. I'll be putting all of our new milkweed as well as transferring these guys. See one there, and then one's trying to escape. He says my milkweed supply is going thin. So I'm gonna take those little guys, here's a little bit bigger one, and transfer them to the new plants inside our tent. I don't know if that even makes any sense. I feel like I'm rambling. I don't really chit-chat that much these days because talking sometimes just sets off sickness. Let's just put it that way. That's the most like polite way to say it. So yeah, let's get these little caterpillars set up. We're probably only gonna have them for like, go away airplane, go away airplane, we don't like you. Probably only have the tent set up inside our patio for like maybe a month or so, because last year it just went on and on and on because the cycle just never stopped, and it was sad to put all our little caterpillar babies out back into the wild to possibly get eaten. So this year I promise will, you know, only for a month because it does take up a lot of room in our patio, and we're gonna need that space for a gender reveal. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think that's all for today's vlog. Stay tuned for the next couple videos because they are fun ones for sure. We're gonna try and get some stuff marked off our list before I start feeling bad today. So I'll see you guys all later.